The Hebrew alphabet is an alphabet of consonants. There are no vowels in the Hebrew alphabet, but of course, vowels are enunciated when speaking Hebrew. So the question is, how do you get from one letter to the next? Which vowel sound are you supposed to make when you go from one letter to the next while you're reading? We're going to go over some things today that'll provide you all the resources necessary to do this confidently. When we look at this entry for the Hebrew alphabet over at Wikipedia, what I'm going to do is scroll down just a little bit and let's bring this box into view. Notice that we have, even in the words Hebrew alphabet, these nikud or nikudot, these markings which indicate which vowel sound, if any, you're supposed to make as you go from one letter to the next in the reading. The aleph is one of the most versatile letters in the Hebrew alphabet, and one of the reasons why is that it can be used at the beginning of a word that starts with a vowel sound. Not every word starts with a consonant. A lot of words actually start with a vowel sound. I'll give you an example right now. Abba, meaning father in Hebrew, and Ima, meaning mother in Hebrew. Do you realize that both of those words actually start with aleph? That's right. So how do you know that Abba, beginning with aleph, is supposed to sound like that, with a short A sound, as we would say in English? Whereas Ima, which also starts with the aleph, begins with an E sound, a double E sound, transliterated as an I. How do you know? In the words aleph bet ivri, what we have is 7 of the nikud symbols that indicate which vowel sound you're supposed to pronounce as you go from one Hebrew consonant to the next. What I'm going to do is pull up this next tab right here that I have, and this is once again at Wikipedia, and there's a reason why we're here, and I'm going to show you that now. Notice what happens if you mouse over these different markings. It tells you their name. It's a page preview. Remember, we have our page preview set to enable, and it says right here, Hirik is a Hebrew nikud vowel sign represented by a single dot underneath the letter. In modern Hebrew, it indicates the phoneme, which is similar to the double E sound in the English word deep, and is transliterated with I. That's why when you see, for example, in the word Ima, which uses the aleph, but with a little dot, one little dot below the aleph, what you're looking at is the hirik, which when pronounced, that aleph, you know that you're supposed to say E, as in that double E sound. So it would be Ima. If you want to be able to see the text with or without the nikud, or the vowel points, and or the Hebrew cantillation marks, you can do that over here at Blue Letter Bible. This is a really handy feature of the interlinear tools. So basically you can click here to turn on the nikud. You can click here to show the cantillation marks. But if you're only interested in learning the nikud so that you can actually vocalize the words, then you can set aside the cantillation marks for later. We'll turn those off, and then what you have left, once again, are just the nikud. Next, I'd like to refer you to the Jewish Virtual Library, and on this particular page, Hebrew alphabet. We're going to scroll down, and since we've been talking in particular about Hebrew vowels, we're going to go past some of the content here and scroll right down to vowels and points. You'll find right here in the text surrounding this graphic that I'm going to show you some very important background information as to why the nikud or nikudim or points are important in terms of knowing how to pronounce words properly. I will say that from the standpoint of this chart that you see right here on the right, it is one of the most concise presentations of the nikudim that I have seen. And HebrewStudyGroup.com, the website. I'd like to invite you to visit the website. And as you can see right here, there's a mug, an educational Hebrew language learning mug. Every mug has the Hebrew alphabet or alphabet on it. And you can even get phone covers. We have the most popular models for iPhone and Samsung. And these phone covers are really, really nice. So I encourage you to check out what we've got available here for you at Hebrew Study Group. But I'm going to go ahead and scroll down, and there's so much available for you at this website. Resources gathered which are second to none. And what you'll be able to see here, for example, is Learn Biblical Hebrew. If you click here, you can learn more about that. Scrolling down a little further, we've got the Hebrew alphabet. And if you click here, I've got some resources available for you right there. Scrolling down a little further, Hebrew verbs, the action words of the language. Click here to learn about Hebrew verbs. Hebrew keyboards. This is where you want to go. Simply click Learn More. So I'm going to scroll down, and as you can see right there, you've got the Shalom mug. Just click here to buy it now or add to cart. And you can put together a package. Right now we have a featured collection, and as you can see, this is the mug for the Hebrew language. And actually, while I am pointing that out to you, I've got one of the mugs here at my desk. I'm going to hold it up and show you. As you can see, this mug right here is the Israel mug, and it has the Hebrew alphabet on it as well. It wraps all the way around. You've got not only the Hebrew, but you've got the English transliteration as well as the English translation. Okay, so you have all of that here on this mug. Just so you know that these are real products. And as you can see right here, you've got the Ivrit mug. This is the Hebrew mug. And you can see how the mug design wraps around on both sides. Scrolling down a little further, there's the Israel mug. I just held that one up for you. And if you scroll down a little further, you can see it, 3 different views of it. You've got the 2 side views as well as the front view. And once again, as you can see, the Hebrew alphabet is featured on this mug. Scrolling down further, we've got phone covers, as I mentioned, for the iPhone as well as for Samsung models, all the popular models. Scrolling down a little further, this is one of my favorite mugs right here, Abba, Father. And then following that mug, we also have Ima, or Mother. I mentioned these 2 words actually in this video earlier. Notice how Ima starts with the Aleph, just as Abba starts with the Aleph, but the nikud below each letter, the pointing, indicates how it is to be pronounced. Notice that long E sound is transliterated with an I, Ima, okay, Ima. And the short A sound in Abba is transliterated with an A. If you look at it closely, you see that there's a dagesh dot inside of the bait. And what that indicates is that B is a plosive B. It's pronounced as a double B, in other words. So that's why the transliteration has a double B there for Abba. Okay, scrolling down, as you can see here, these mugs are really beautiful, and I wanted to just draw your attention to these. Here's one for family, Mishpacha. These mugs are consistently elegant from one design to the next while you are learning the Hebrew language. Stop by HebrewStudyGroup.com and get your set of mugs today. Welcome to Hebrew Study Group. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing your posts within the group.